I'm in the game. I'm in the game. Hello, I'm in the video with my daddy.
All right, everybody. So what's going on this week? Just so everybody knows, I've got Mark on from the UK modeler. But I just want to take a second. If you're watching this live, and I'll do it at the end too, there's going to be a special announcement on the Styrene Syndicate today. If you have time, go check it out. It's a special cause. I'll let them explain it, and I'll have more to fill in probably next week. But if you get a chance, go over to the Styrene Syndicate today and watch. It's going to be, and if you can help, that's great. But I will bring Mark on, and how's it going, Mark?
Hi. Yeah, not bad.
So first of all, I want to know about the logo. Where'd you come up with that logo?
Oh, I don't like putting my own face on things if I can help it. So whenever I go onto Discord or anything like that, or YouTube, I just found that from one of my favorite games, and that's it.
No, I mean it's such a unique thing, and you're like, I wasn't sure if that was you when I first clicked on it. You know, to make sure. Like I mean, I had to ask when we first started talking today, but it's such a unique picture.
Yeah. The character's called Emil from the Nier franchise, the games on PlayStation. And the Nier franchise is very unique, and the character designs are amazing. Which that's why I picked it, because one of my favorite things from that game.
So where are you at in the UK?
Lincolnshire, which is in the Midlands. Yeah, Midlands of the UK.
Oh, okay. I have no idea where that's at, to be honest, but it's okay.
Yeah, north of London, south of Glasgow.
And you probably don't have any idea where Oregon's at, so it's equal.
No.
Right? But
yeah.
So what's the hobby scene like over there?
There's a fair group of modelers. In my area, it seems to be fairly limited in the amount of people close to me. But across the country, it seems a good amount of modelers about. A lot of war gamers as well, because Games Workshop's from the UK. So yeah, they've got a big following here.
I mean, do you do any of the Warhammer stuff?
I do. I don't play. I actually started. It's what got me started in model building was Warhammer back in the day, when I was about 9 years old. So yeah, started with Warhammer, then progressed from there. Kind of fell off a bit, but still pick up the odd one now and again to paint.
So I know what the price is here. What's the price for that stuff over there for you?
Expensive.
It's extremely expensive for us, and it's a lot different for you, right? Being over in that.
Something to compare.
Like a Night Titan for you is probably
Night Titan, £80.
That's probably what, $60-$70 for us, I think.
Yeah.
I'm either backwards. It's either $10 cheaper or $10 more. I don't know the currency exchange, but for us, it's $180.
Jesus.
Like I said, you got to be dedicated to do that one.
Yeah.
And I've got a
Yeah.
bunch of it because I've been able to afford it, but
Yeah.
it's expensive. And there's some of that stuff you look at it and it's like that tall, but you spent $160 on it.
And then you get into Forge World, which is another level of expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's
I was fell off, got back in, started picking up the bits from Forge World occasionally, the Horus Heresy, Primarchs and things like that. But yeah, I don't play. I just paint the miniatures.
Well, what's the coolest figure that you have, or you have done from them?
If I can grab it, we are breaking everything in my cabinet, so I'll just.
No worries, dude. No worries.
Oh. I'm gonna have to sort that out. Everything's gonna come crashing down soon.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know if you can see that very well.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, a friend of mine just got me back into it again. So I'm actually collecting an army of sisters at the minute. Might actually play a few games, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, they're pretty cool.
No, yeah, some of them figures are so detailed.
Yeah,
they look really, really nice when they're all done.
Yeah, sisters as well, because they just got the plastics last year. I wanted sisters plastics back when I was a kid, and they were only in the metals, and they weren't very good sculpts either. So yeah, easy. When a friend said, "Oh, I'm starting Warhammer," all right, then I'll get some sisters so we can have a game maybe some point.
So have you done any of the vehicles for Warhammer?
No, I've kind of steered away from vehicles, to be fair. I've got a Rhino going, but tanks and things have never been a big thing for me.
Because my question is, how did you like those compared to like a model kit of a tank?
Oh, I definitely prefer the Games Workshop ones. I found I've only built one tank before, and that was a Sylvester. I can't remember which one it was. It was a Russian tank, but it was. I found it a ridiculous amount of parts. It was hundreds of parts and little door handles, and could have been molded in a like hatch was like 15 parts. It had all the mechanical stuff on the back of it. It's like, I don't need that. Never going to see it. It's going to be stuck down. So swore off tanks after that. Not touched one since.
Well, the reason I asked is because some people think that the Warhammer stuff is like too simple, and other people, and then you have your, it's the other way for some people where the tanks, like I've got a Tamiya tank. I've got the Tamiya one with the plow.
Yeah.
I open that box every so often, and then I close it back up once I see all the parts. It's like,
yeah. I don't mind a high part count. I like Gundam models as well. So, and then if you get into the master grades, again, hundreds of parts. But I do think that a high part count for the sake of having a high part count isn't really appealing for me. If you can do it and get the same level of detail with less parts, I'm quite happy to get to the bit I like, which is the painting.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. It's cool how the plastic's different because the like Tamiya stuff, it's all styrene, and that GW stuff is a different type of plastic.
Yeah.
So and it all goes together well. Like they all look really great when you're done. That's the thing that I like about CW.
Yeah, I mean, you can bash them as much as you want for the pricing and things like that. But in the miniature scene, there's nobody, I don't think, who's got better plastics. The sculpts are generally all good. They all go together really well. The quality's normally spot on as well for them.
Well, I mean, being around for what, 30, 40 years, it seems like they figured it out,
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean,
Yeah. Like I said, I think I've tried other miniature companies, especially when they've done their own plastics, and it's always the quality is not there because Games Workshop say that they're the big guys, so they've got the money to throw at the production side of it and to make sure everything's bang on.
So what else do you like to build? Because you do more than just figures. You do.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a car and a helicopter. I think.
I've done a motorbike. I have another motorbike ready to go at some point. Generally, I like. I'll try anything. Whether I'll do it again after that one try is another matter, but I'll generally try any type of build. If the actual subject interests me, I'll give it a go. I think it's probably Gundam and figures, which are my two main things.
Okay. That's, and we're going to talk about some of the figure stuff here in a minute, but how do you like the Gundam stuff?
Oh, yeah, I love it. It's, we were talking about just a second ago, the Games Workshop being really good with their plastic figures and their kits. Bandai are on a whole other level for their kit manufacturing. Everything's snap fit and it fits together really well, and it's all articulated as well. The engineering in them is pretty amazing.
So are you one of those that like sands all the nubs off and like repaints them? And
yeah, I can't leave them unpainted. I have to paint them because with most kits, the building part of it for me is kind of like the thing to get me to the painting. The painting side of things is really what I enjoy most.
and we're gonna start talking about some of the figures, like, and you even have one to show today that you just finished, I think.
Yeah, just 2 days ago, I think it was. So that's
and here. Oh. So that's a resin print, right?
It's a cast from a resin print.
Oh, okay. And what is that's an anime figure. I know that, but it's like from a story, right? Those are generally from different stories, right?
These ones are actually just original characters. They're not from anything. There's a sculptor who goes by the name K, who's just creating these just out of his own original works. Put it down for a dropper. Yeah. A fair few of them are just original characters and not from a manga or an anime.
Yeah, because I mean, some of those, like, you have the like a ninja, like girls with the swords, and that's why I thought they were certain characters, not just.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are from anime, but you get like a fair few which are just like original characters. Yeah.
So what's the coolest one that you've done from on that? Because you can pump those things out. Because I found you on the Styrene Syndicate, and you're always posting stuff.
I think my favorite probably at the moment, again, if I can not break anything.
And yeah, maybe Mopar. I'll see if I can get him to turn the camera to the display cases, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I saw that one. That is so cool. Now is that a Tamiya bike, or is that part of the figure?
It's part of the figure.
Oh wow, dude! And all that's resin?
It is, yeah.
Wow, that turned out so nice.
So technically, I've actually done 2 bikes then. I forgot about this one, but she's one of my favorite characters from the Fate Stay Night series. No, Fate Grand Order.
No, that's so cool. Now, how do you like painting? Now, are you doing that all with paintbrush or airbrush?
Oh, airbrush.
What?
Airbrush mostly, and then detail work with the brush. Yeah, I don't think I could get a smooth finish on that much black with a brush. But yeah, she's probably my favorite at the moment, mainly because it's been on my to-do list for a while, but it was the part count was again extremely high for it, and I'd been putting it off, and finally got around to doing it last year.
So your YouTube channel name is Mark Dunmore. Dunmore, right?
It is, yeah, Mark Dunmore. Yeah.
Oh, Dunmore. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't upload very often. Generally just probably about twice a year I actually upload anything to it.
But you're big on Facebook. I've seen you on like Hobby Link International, Styrene Syndicate. I want to say there's 2 other groups I've seen you in also.
Yeah.
Right?
Starring Dreams and Model Makers Boom Hut quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, the Facebook page was mainly because I do some commission work now and again, and that was mainly for people who want stuff doing to contact me through there, and also to stop spamming my own feed to my family with all my model stuff. Yeah. They were getting a bit. Some of them were getting a bit tired of it, so I thought, right, I'll put it all over here. They don't have to see it if they don't want to. It's all nicely sequestered away.
So let's talk about some of the tools that you like. What's your favorite tool?
Probably the Proxon, the Proxon rotary tool.
Yeah.
And there's also the pen sander as well, which I found to be really good, especially on the resin kits.
No, that's just the cable that comes off the drill bit, or the It just gives you a little more fine, right?
So the good thing about the Proxon one is you buy the power supply and you buy the tools separately for it.
Oh, okay.
So that's the pen sander.
Oh, hold on. The damn computer. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that.
It comes with different bits on the that you can put into the front. Just if you need a different angle, so you get a few of those with it. I've started because the sanding pads that they give you they're not great, but they do the job. But I've started to stick sanding sponges on them, so you can conform to curves, especially like on the on the figures if you need to do a seam line on a leg or something like that, so you don't get a flat spot. But yeah, it's been really handy since I started using it.
No, I use a Dremel, but I mean that I can see the advantage of that the one you just showed.
The problem with a Dremel I found, even with one with a variable speed, is it's still too fast for especially when I built a Star Destroyer, I need to drill all the holes for the fiber optics. I found the Dremel was melting the plastic, and with the Proxon you can really dial the speed down and get a lot more control than I found with the Dremel.
Oh, okay. Because the Proxon has like a foot pedal, right? Or is that a different type of...
No, mine doesn't. I think that's a bit more of an expensive version.
Oh, okay.
The power supply, it's got the power things that you can set it to what you want there, and then you've got the speed control on the drill, rotary drill itself as well.
No, I've seen some people have the foot pedal, and I think that's the other one, right?
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. So what other tools do you like to use?
For the Gundam, chisels for panel line scribing.
Chisels for panel line scribing.
Yeah,
That's a new one. That's cool.
I can find them. The problem is I've got so much stuff which I've accumulated that I actually never find anything. So these are called BMC chisels.
Oh, look at that. That looks like a damn ice pick.
It's a 0.3 mil tip, so you can do really fine scribing with that. And the idea is that you pull it along the surface to, if you want to add or redefine panel lines. There's a 0.15 as well. And I have a load of cheaper ones as well, because these are ridiculously expensive if you can find them.
That's a cool tool, dude. That's a new one. I've never seen one of those. At least that small, anyway.
I mean, I've got a bunch of cheaper ones as well. These are like eBay special ones. Throw it on the floor.
Please don't stab yourself.
It wouldn't be the first time. So these are the thing is with these BMCs, because they're so expensive, I'm terrified of breaking them. So, and these ones are a fraction of the cost, so I'm not too worried about snapping the chisel blade off it. So, but I've got a set of these as well, which are really handy if you just need to, and they work on resin as well. So if you need to rescribe lines, they're really handy.
That's cool. I could see that being used on cars. I could see that being used on anything, really.
I mean, you might have. I mean, they're pretty similar to the Tamiya panel scriber.
Oh, okay.
But instead of having like the hook blade, they just have a flat chisel. So you can just like fine detail and things like that. I've never really liked that because I didn't feel like I had much control with it, because it seems to snag a lot.
No, that's what I so see the possibilities in that tool. I really do. And then after that, it's probably just the typical sprue cutters, right? Knives.
Yeah. Again, I'm very much, I don't go too expensive with tools, with a few exceptions. I'm really bad at of not taking care of them. So just like a set of Tamiya cutters, needle files and things like that. So yeah.
No, that's a cool setup, dude. So you said you were an airbrush guy. So what paints are you using?
Tamiya, Mr. Hobby, Alclad. I don't really have a favorite brand. If it works, I'll use it. I've got a friend who works for a paint company, and he also he makes custom lacquers. So if I need a specific color, he can match it for me, which has been really handy as well.
No, I mean, because some of the detail you get with the paint that you use, it's really good. Because some of them figures, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're using a gloss coat or a matte coat, to clear them, but just the color in some of that stuff that you do is just phenomenal.
Yeah, a lot of it is just I mean, I don't plan anything. I just grab stuff and then just throw it at the model through the airbrush until something works. But yeah, so there's some of them. Some of them have got very specific shades. So my friend, I can say, hey, I need this specific color, and he'll be able to mix it for me and get it exactly bang on, which is really helpful.
So with that being said, how are you getting the skin tone the way you do on the figures?
Cheat.
Huh? Cheat?
Yeah.
There's no cheating. I'm just kidding.
For most of the anime ones, I can't recommend this stuff enough.
What is that?
It's Mr. Color, so it's Mr. Hobby brand lacquer. They do a range called the Lascivious, or however it's pronounced. You can see it on there.
Yeah.
So they do 2 base tones and some clears. This one's cocoa milk, so it's a darker tone, and they do white peach. And you got clear red, clear brown, clear orange. And it's just really using those for a lot of the anime stuff. And just like playing with okay, so I need a paler skin tone, add a little bit of white to the white peach, and to make it lighter, add in some shades and then blend it in with another fine coat with the base color. When it comes to more realistic stuff, it's oil paints now. So I've switched to using oil paints a lot.
What type of oil paints?
Just Winsor & Newton, their artists' oils. No, I don't use anything particularly expensive. Again, it's just
No, I just wasn't sure if you were using that stuff that you see Gil use all the time, that sci-fi.
Oh,
I think it's Vallejo. No, not Vallejo.
Those.
Yes, those.
Yeah.
Yes, that company.
No, they're really good, but they are quite expensive again. And this this Starship Filth, it's just it's basically just black and brown mixed together.
Oh, okay.
So, but if I need something done quickly, I'll use it. Or I need a specific effect, I'll use it just because it's easy. But for skin tones, it's just oil paints. They do a basic skin tone by Winsor & Newton, and then it's just mixing in different colors into that to get the tone I want, and then blending it all in.
And then you're using the oils to blend it all together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw the pictures you posted, a week ago, on the figure you showed first.
Yeah.
And you showed all the different steps, and I was like, wow, because because I seen how you started and how you and where the pictures you ended, and it's just a gradual tone that you get, and it's really cool to watch in pictures.
Yeah, I found there's a couple of Japanese artists who have been following for a while, and they do oils. So I thought I'll try it, and it takes longer because you have to wait for it to dry before you start blending in another color. Otherwise, you just end up pulling off what you've done before. But I found for realistic, more human looking, you have to really go for oil paints. I've not been able to get it with acrylics or lacquers.
Now, why is that?
It's probably, to be honest, it's probably just me not being very good. I can't spray acrylics like Vallejo or AK very well through an airbrush. I have all sorts of problems, and I tend to. I don't know, when I've tried it with lacquers or Tamiya or Miss Hobby, it always just looks artificial. It's probably like the way I'm spraying it. I'm probably not doing doing it right, but yeah, I just found that oils give a better result.
I mean, it's cool what you're doing, dude. I really, really like that. That's why I wanted to bring you on to talk about some of the figures and stuff. Because, I mean, even if you're not a car, even if you're a car guy, you look at some of like the texture on the clothes, and you can apply that to anything.
Yeah,
to models, to cars, tanks.
It's one of the great things about the hobby is no matter what you do, the techniques are generally transferable to other subjects.
No, yeah, and that's why I've tried to bring other people on, because it's so much you can learn, like especially doing dry brushing.
Yeah, just
doing dry brushing on stuff. You can take that to any plane of the hobby, and it's so
dry
cool.
Brushing is amazing. I remember back in the day when I was doing Warhammer, people used to really be down on people who dry brushed. They said it was cheating, but the technique is so versatile. It can be, you can use it on anything.
So Terry wanted to know what you thin your oil paints with, and
I just use distilled turpentine if I want to thin them, but I generally don't. I use them straight from the tube, but very thin coats anyway, and almost just put dots on, and then blend that into the tone rather than trying to thin it.
Oh, so you're not putting the what is that, odorless thinner to kind of make it workable, right?
No. Straight from the tube. I'm using a glass palette on my desk, so the oil doesn't get absorbed by anything. Just pick up a couple of dots on the brush, put that on the face or whatever I'm painting, blend it in, leave it for a bit, repeat forever until I'm ready, happy with the result.
Yeah, like I'm not even kidding. If you guys get a chance to go check out his channel, he's got videos of just the skin tone and some of the. I think that girl with the bike's on there too, and all that stuff is so cool.
I don't know. I don't even know what I've uploaded, to be fair.
Well, I had to somewhat kind of prepare for this week, so.
With the skin tone, I think people think it's harder than it actually is. It just takes a little bit of practice. It's especially if you're just going for a decent look. I think it's people get themselves worked up a bit about how difficult it is. And it's really not that hard, I don't think. I'm terrible at teaching people because I go. It's not hard. You just throw the paint at it until you're happy. So yeah.
No,
I'll tell.
and yeah, I mean, like I said, you definitely have a unique technique to how you do that, because it really looks like it should be in a picture in a comic book, you know? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it really turns out really, really well. So we're a little bit into February now. So what's going to be the new modeling resolution since we're past the new year?
Scratch building and diorama building. Something I've wanted to do for a while, but I don't know. I've got this. I'm not very good at actually making stuff from scratch. You know, if you give me a kit with a load of instructions, I can build it. I'm fine. But you give me a load of parts, like loads of materials, and say, "Have at it." It's like, oh, I don't know what to do, kind of thing. So I want to get more into that, so I think dioramas would really bring up some of these figures up a level.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Do you watch Tested at all?
Yeah.
You know which Adam Savage video I'm talking about? The 101 modeling thing or whatever.
Yeah, I think I saw the one where he's builds a spaceship out of just styrene sheets and bits.
And it's a trap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think
he's even done another one, I think. Or just did another one.
Yeah, he did one on paneling, doing panels on a wing. It's I don't know. I think I have a fear of wasting material on, like, you know, 'cause I don't know what it's like over there, but kind of crafting and hobby materials can be really expensive here.
Is that because you just can't get it into the country?
No, it's the hobby tax.
Oh, there's a hobby tax? What?
No, it's not a real tax, but it seems like any place which says this piece of styrene that's like an A4 sheet of paper size, we're going to add 50% onto the cost of it, because it's for a hobby.
So here in the US, a lot of guys use these garage signs. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a garage sign. But this one's pretty flimsy. I use this as like a painting mule.
Yeah.
So I can like airbrush on top of it, see how the paint's going to look. But there's some of those sheets that, I mean, they're just like using this stuff. I mean, it's just as flimsy, you know?
Yeah. I mean, one of the actual little problems we have in the UK is there's not many hobby stores. Games Workshop tended to they basically killed off your local hobby shop back in the 90s. They'd move into an area, and then say your local hobby shop was doing your model railway stuff and things like that, but they'd also have like standard Warhammer things to buy. They'd see how it was performing, then they'd put a Games Workshop in the town, and then the local hobby store would shut down because people would start going to the Games Workshop. So in a lot of places, we don't have hobby shops. So just getting basic materials means you're having to order online all the time. You can't really walk into a lot of places.
Yeah, I could see how that could be irritating. I totally get how that could be entertaining. And
the ones that you have are we've got a chain called Hobbycraft, but they're more into like card making things, and for not so much model building materials. They'll have a stand of model stuff, but nothing really major.
So here in the U.S., it'd be Michael's for us.
Mm.
I believe it's the same kind of outlook because
Yeah,
they have everything under the sun, and including models, and it's but it's only like a section as big as my table.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so when I do buy materials, and I feel I'm spending a lot of money here. It might not be actually that much money, but it feels like I'm spending more money. I'm really reluctant to actually waste it. So I've got a couple of sheets of foam board back there. I've had them in the studio for a couple of years. I'm just terrified of cutting into them, okay? Because I feel like I'm gonna waste it. I don't want to waste materials. So I've got to get over that and actually start building stuff. It's the only way I'm gonna get any good at it.
No, it's really sounds like that's really unfortunate because over here there's ways that we can get stuff, and then there's the local shops. But even the local shops here, they're not lasting because they can't compete with online, right?
It's like again, it's your Home Depots. They do the extruded foam that you can sculpt and cut. It's like insulation board.
Oh yeah.
We can't actually get that very easily here. So in being able to get like sheets of that here, just go to a store and buy it would be great. But all our stuff has like the foil stuck to it, where if you take it off, it just rips the board to shreds. So just like some materials are just really difficult to get.
No, yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. It's and it's probably the same for us when it comes to some of the stuff you guys get, right?
Yeah.
We have a hard time getting it.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say what your price for Games Workshop stuff is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. I've heard that debate, and then you hear some of the guys over in the UK, they're like, it's not that bad. Like, well, duh. Now I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I really want to do some diorama stuff. Don't know where I'll put it, like, because I'm almost out of room now. But
you got plenty of room in that. No, that figure's gonna have to move. No,
yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to start rotating some stuff out of the cabinets because I've already put a third cabinet in. And it's already filling up.
And I'll go back to this one since I plugged it, but show the display case. If you're not able to turn the camera,
I can move the camera.
You've got. I mean,
can't actually get it any closer because the cable's quite short. So.
But I mean, if you go on your YouTube page, I think there's a video showing, or maybe it's your Facebook page that shows that cabinet too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a cool setup.
And I mean, the problem is I've got all those to do. So
yep,
they're all figures. So and there's more on the way.
More on the way.
Yeah. The problem is a lot of these are one run and done. So they make a production run, and if you don't get in, you've got no chance of getting them.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. Yeah, because I have the same problem. It's I'll build that one day, and then that box a stack grew, and then there's a cabinet over here full of stuff. There's a cabinet over there full of stuff.
Yeah,
and then there's the pile of Star Wars stuff I got a couple months ago. Yeah, It's like, ah!
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, it's great having a lot of things to go with, but I find the problem is a new shiny thing comes in, have to work on that first, but the old shiny thing gets left at the bottom of the pile and doesn't get done.
Yeah. So we've hit about that hour mark. Did you have any questions for me?
I would like to say, are you insane doing that Titan in PLA? The 3D printing it. How big is that going to be?
Hold on. Oh, let's see if I can grab it. It's going to be about this big.
Oh dear.
Well, it was in one piece. Oops.
But at least it's PLA, so it's fixable.
No, it'll glue back together, but oops. Yep, I broke it. Oh well. It was already broke once. But no, it'll be about 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. God damn. Yeah, so yeah, I'll find all the pieces for that later. But no, it's.
I mean, because we were just talking about like how long it was taking to print it, and it's I have to admire the patience to wait for everything to be done.
Well, I mean, you know how much the actual kit is, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's $2,000 for what I just broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's $3,500 for everything that's in the tow, or
Yeah.
$1,500 for the weapons and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if you're spending, I think the Warlord goes for £1,200 here, so I would want everything in it for that money.
And the worst part is, I even have the file for the Warhound. I can print out the Warhound too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Dominic. Thanks. Yeah. No, it's funny. And it's always cool to break something online or live on air. It's a great time.
But at least it wasn't like £1,200 worth of resin.
Oh yeah. I can reprint all that.
Yeah.
It's
totally
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, seeing some of your work on your other videos that you've done with how fine you're getting the prints is something is I don't have the patience for. So
yeah, I mean, I'm finishing up the Hulkbuster here, but I mean the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but I mean, you can't really see the lines, and I mean, can if I get it close enough, but I mean,
it's an amazingly good finish for a PLA print.
Yeah, I mean,
from what I was managing to get out of mine anyway.
And yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy what you can do with some of these printers now.
Yeah. Like I said before, thankfully, my friend does all my printing for me. So
Yeah.
I don't have to, because I just, like I said, found it killed the mojo for a project. Have to clean everything up and getting everything to a workable level.
Yeah, no, it's And it's a process too, because that didn't happen overnight either. That took me probably, even the Warlord Titan, there's prints you can see where I started, and it's, you know, it's, and then kind of towards the end of the prints, you can see the difference in some of the parts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even here, because there's some nights that I'll go from like 70 degrees down to 30 at night, and you can see it in the print as it's printing, how temperature affects the stuff. Because it's crazy, and it's not in a bad way.
Yeah, different. I think you've got to have a certain mindset to actually get the best out of 3D printing. I sadly lack it, but I do admire those who do.
No, I mean, it's on the PLA side. It's a little bit easier because you can adjust it as you're going along too.
Yeah.
Like if you know there's a part that's gonna, like, it won't quite print out if you go at this speed, but if you go at this speed, you can adjust it.
Yeah.
Too, which is kind of nice at times. But that's like for the longest time when I did the Darth Vader, the lightsaber on that, like I couldn't get it to print out without it like spiraling out where it looked like it was just chunking.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's just so many failed prints that I just like, this is not for me. I'd rather spend my time painting the pretty ladies than trying to actually make the pretty ladies.
Yeah, no, and it's just another tool in the hobby.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, and some people are really good with them. Like the resin side of it, I'm waiting for it to warm up before I start it again.
Yeah.
Because I'm out in my garage, right? And whatever temperature it is outside is whatever temperature's in here. Well, summertime it can be a little hotter, but
I mean, I think that was one of the things for me as well with the resin printing side of it. I have a small child now, so it's all that stuff's got to move out into the shed. So I've got a little workspace outside in the garden to do all the messy stuff, and knowing how bad the temperature can affect the printing. So yeah, I think we'll probably knock that on the head for a bit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm doing the Fred Henry appreciation build, the group build. So I've been working on that. I've been printing out the Hulkbuster. I don't know what I'm going to print out next. I might. Well, I kind of have an idea what I'm going to print out now, but.
I do have a very long list with my friend for stuff to print out for me, because there's some amazing models that people are creating. That you can't get anywhere else because they're never gonna be popular enough to be made into an actual kit. Just being able to get those things is probably the best thing about printing, I think.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely, yeah. If you don't have any other questions for me, I think I'm going to end this today. And then I will talk to you in a couple minutes offline.
Yep.
Okay. And I will, I will be enjoying the pictures coming up on the next build, buddy. Thanks for coming on, dude.
No worries.
Okay. So, as I talked about in the start of the show, there's going to be an announcement this weekend on the Styrene Syndicate. I know part of it. So if you guys get a chance, go over there and check it out. Yeah, Dominic, you need to get a hold of a couple people so you know what's going on. But there's going to be an announcement. Head over there, check it out. If you have a chance to help out, please do so. This, it's a fellow modeler. And that's all I got. So I will see you guys next week. Yeah, I can't remember who's on at the moment. So I'm going to pick up the mess I just made, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.